everybody. I wanted to do a quick video about some pickups that I have. So I thought I'd tell you first a little bit about this thing. Remember how I was so proud that this had the original DVD drive in it and it still worked? Well, unfortunately, that shit the bed. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's actually right here. I stuck it right under here. This is what the original DVD drive looked like in it. And I actually had another accident with it the other day. I had to take this bracket off to get the computer apart. And it actually broke two of the clips, so I had to glue this back onto the drive door. And it seemed to be working fine. But I went to play You Don't Know Jack, the movie edition tonight. And when I put the disc in, this thing sounded like a jet taking off. And the vibration was enough that it was shaking my entire room. So obviously something in this went bad. Probably one of the bearings or maybe the motor was going bad. Thought I'd go ahead and show you some of the information. You guys can pause this if you want to read a little bit more. This is a DVD 113MC, and it was manufactured in August of 1999. So this drive had a pretty good run, but that's not what this video is about. Yes, I went to the thrift store again today, and same one I usually go to that marks the prices down on Monday, but I was bored, so I decided, what the heck, I'll go over there and see what they have. Sure enough, they had put out some new games, and the prices weren't too bad on them, so I decided to give them a shot. And I'll show you exactly what I paid for everything, but that'll be after I show you the games. First one here, good old StarCraft. Now this is version 105. This is actually older. This is replacing another StarCraft disc that I have that was version 105B. So I can only assume this disc is older. But the other one I had did not work at all. The game itself would install, but when it went to play, it would give some horrible I/O error. So I can only assume that the disc was bad. And I did try that out on multiple computers. You can see it's StarCraft. This one is for Windows 98, 95 NT, and of course from back then the Power Macintosh. Shows you a little bit about what they were trying to push other than this. You have the original Diablo. I never played that game, but I've heard good things about it. Warcraft 2, Battle.net, oh, love that game, one of my favorites. And StarCraft expansion set Brood War, which I actually have right here. And luckily this disc works just fine. Oh, don't you love that art? Late 90s gaming at its finest. And down here looks like it says that Diablo 2 is coming out the next year. Actually coming in 1999, so this disc is obviously from 1998. In good shape. Paid $1.98 for this, so right on. I thought it was a pretty good price. There's the artwork on the back. So that's it for StarCraft. Next one I got is Clue. Murder at Bobby Mansion. I've never heard of this version before. Of course, I played the original board game when I was a kid. I had Clue for the Sega Genesis as well. And I had no idea they even made this for the PC. Let's see what it says. This is the Scholastic Club and Fair Edition. Most trusted name in learning. I'm thinking that may not actually be part of this game now that I read that closer. You open this up, and it's from Hasbro Interactive. Some information about it. Copyright 1998. And this one is for Windows 95, 98. Looks like TAI Engineered Animation. Come to think of it, I remember a few other games from the day that were made, at least in part, by that company. This is probably one of the first games that started using the rating systems. This is from the ESRB. This is for everyone, because, let's face it, Clue's pretty G-rated. I'll show you the disc on here. Disc is clean. I don't see any major scratches, except there's a few light scuffs there, but actually those are not scratches. That's just some glue that's come over from this, and I'll be able to get that off no problem. Show you guys the back of it real quick. Again, you can pause this and read it if you would like, but that was Clue. Oh, and by the way, the StarCraft disc is basically in the same condition as that. It may even be a little bit better. I did not see a scratch on that one at all. Next game I got here. This is the Need for Speed's Road and Track SE, which I assume stands for Special Edition. You can see that one was marked down to 78 cents. I've actually been watching this one for a couple weeks. I wasn't that enthused about it because I kind of remember this from back in the day, and because it was one of the real early Need for Speeds, it wasn't the best game, but for 78 cents, I figured I couldn't go wrong. And you can see this is actually a DOS and Windows 95 dual executable. Back when this came out, which was 1996, I remember there were quite a few games still like that. I remember Tomb Raider, the first version was from 1996. It also had a dual boot of, I believe that was DOS, Windows 95, and 3.1. I don't know if this would work with 3.1. I assume not, because they usually would say that. Windows 95 and 3.1 are very different operating systems. Nothing on the side, so no artwork or anything. It's kind of a shame. There's the top of that disc. It is from Electronic Arts. Wow, this one's actually got a rating too. Let's see. See, this is a little different. This is before ESRB came out, but this one's rated KA, so I guess kids to adults, age 6+. Let's go ahead. I actually haven't really looked at the condition of this disc, so let's see what we got here. Wow, that's clean as can be. No scratches on this one either. I mean, there's tiny little scuffs, but a camera won't even pick those up. Excellent. Alright, next we have, I'm sure you guys will remember this, some of you guys will remember this from the early days, Schoolhouse Rock, Grammar Rock. Looks like this was put out by ABC Entertainment for Windows 3.1, 95, and 98. And yes, a lot of these discs early on were always boasting America Online because you got a free trial. I'm sure you guys probably remember those floppy discs. Road Geeks showed us a bunch of those the other day. He was playing in the snow. I thought that was really, really funny. Let's open this one up. Oh, and I gave 58 cents for this one. Let's see, you got Grammar Rock. So I can get it out. I don't think it's been used very much. There you go. There's the one right there. It says, I don't think the camera will pick it up. There we go. Windows 3.1, 95, and 98. This plays almost on everything. Let's take a look at the disc. Again, super clean. I don't even see a scuff mark on this one. So, really glad to have this, because I remember the series when I was a kid, and I know I'm kind of old for this one, but I might run through it once or twice. But if my cousins come down, and they'll definitely love playing this. This just looks like an ad for something called the learningco.com. Probably if you bought a bunch of their discs back in the day, you would get some kind of discount. There's some of the artwork. Wow, look at that. Only requires a 46SX. And this one is actually a little bit later. This is from 1998. Looks like somebody put their name on this. Alright. And I have saved the best for last. This one is, if I can get it out, Riven, the sequel to Myst. I'll be honest with you guys, I've never played this game. I remember when it came out, but I've never actually played this game before. So I'm really excited to have this. And I gave a whopping, read that, $1.98 for that. I don't think the camera will pick up the red, but it was originally $3.98. I open this up. This is actually on 5 CD-ROMs, and I love the artwork on this. This just happens to be disc 5. Take a look at that. Isn't that awesome? I'll tell you, back in the day, before when things were actually on CDs or floppies, they really tried with the artwork. Nowadays, you just download it online. I kind of miss this nostalgia. I loved having a game that I could physically hold in my hand, and I just thought this was really awesome. Let me put this down, and I'll take the disc out for you guys. And they all look like this. Again, this one is just disc 5. This one is for Windows 95 and the Mac OS. But I assume it'll work on Windows 98 too, since they're very similar. Copyright 1997, Cyan Incorporated. Kids to adults. I'm actually very surprised because I remember the original Myst being very spooky. I don't know what that was rated, but I'm really surprised this isn't like teen or mature. And looks like, let's see, I remember this from the original Myst. They had a 1-900 number you could call if you got stuck somewhere. You could call and get a tip on how to get out of it. Back in the day, this was expensive. This was like $3 or $4 a minute. And I remember a good friend of mine, it was a girl. She was a couple years older than me. She had a game. I think it was it may have been Myst, but it was some game similar to that. That she had made some calls on because she got stuck, and she never told her parents. All of a sudden, come bill time, they wound up having a $480 phone bill. I remember she got grounded for about a month for that one. But yeah, the discs are, again, in really, really good shape. No scuffs, no scratches at all on these. I have my doubts as to whether these discs were ever played or not. So anyway, that's my pickup video for today. And I'll show you guys the receipt. He always put his brick or brack. And my total here is $6.47. Pretty good deal, I think. So for $6.47, I have a whole bunch of games that'll keep me busy for a while. Well, hope you guys are enjoying these pickup videos. I sure enjoy doing them. And the other ones, I promise, will not be quite this long. I felt like I would need to go a little bit more in depth on these games because quite a few of these mean a lot to me. And looking back at my childhood. But I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.